Hello there, this is Gabby and today I'm doing a quick video on Killzone Mercenaries, a recently announced Killzone game for the Vita. Now, what we saw so far, at least at Gamescom, was mostly a live action trailer with just some brief snippets of gameplay towards the end, and the very first thing I noticed in the trailer was Guerrilla Games' logo, who are indeed, from what I can tell, the developer. Now this is interesting, or at least noteworthy, as previously it had been thought Cambridge Studios was in charge of the Killzone title on Vita. This also has me question what to expect, what is coming next in terms of the main Killzone series. We know Guerrilla Games is working on another new IP and a Killzone game, and it had been said Cambridge Studios were working on the PS Vita Killzone game, which is now clearly not the case, unless of course Sony are indeed planning on having two Killzone games released for the Vita in the near future, which is highly unlikely. Now, one must consider if Killzone 4 is likely coming in the near future as a result, of course. And I personally get the impression as a result of this news that the new IP Guerrilla Games is working on, alongside the actual Vita title for Killzone, means we're likely not going to see it anytime soon. Instead, it's going to be a rather long wait, much as was the case between Killzone 2 and Killzone 3. Hopefully the wait isn't quite that long this time, because there was actually 5 years between Killzone 1 and 2, about 5 years I believe, which would be very unfortunate. There was Liberation in between, as there will be Mercenaries this time, but nonetheless I prefer to not have to, for obvious reasons, wait that long for the next Killzone title, especially given the cliffhanger Killzone 3 ends on. Nonetheless, I am still very excited that Guerrilla Games is still handling all the Killzone games, as I really had mixed feelings on a new dev team actually handling Killzone, especially after Resistance Burning Skies, which was handled by Nihilistic Software, I believe, instead of Insomniac, and was a very disappointing game. With that being said, Ben Studios has shown that other devs can very effectively take over another series with games like Uncharted Golden Abyss and Resistance Retribution on the portable platform, and actually produce a quality title that is worthy of the franchise's name. As for the trailer itself, there is actually very little real footage, as I was saying, but from what we have seen, the graphic style is very much so in the style of Killzone 3, and they are definitely making use of the touchscreen for brutal melees. I'm not a huge fan of touchscreen controls, because in games like Uncharted Golden Abyss I found them to be rather, they broke the style of gameplay, and they actually broke the flow of gameplay more importantly, which led to a real dissatisfaction. I often avoided using melee attacks in Golden Abyss because it just broke the flow of the game, and it just was not fun, and it didn't suit the game, which of course is a big concern for a game like Killzone, which is all about a very visceral experience, and I believe the touch screens and controls, of course, based on what I've been saying, would not suit the game. However, they do appear to be definitely in, so you'll just have to learn to live with that or not buy the game. Personally, I think Guerrilla Games have earned the benefit of the doubt in this case, and I'm willing to give them a chance in showing us how to make it work, even though it hasn't worked in the past. Now, we also see that there is a constant currency or score system that is being updated as the player kills more enemies, and presumably this will also be updated as you take more objectives. This could suggest, along with the live action parts of the trailer, that we're in for a game more similar to the style of Unit 13, with very short burst missions. I myself hope this isn't the case, though I wouldn't be against it per se. It just wouldn't be a mode that I would really be demanding from a Killzone game. It's more something of a side mode. I would prefer to have a real single player campaign in a real multiplayer mode than just an actual Unit 13 style campaign and co-op mode. There is of course nothing necessarily wrong with such a game, it's just not what I was wanting or expecting from a Killzone game on the Vita, and I'd be rather disappointed if it did turn out like that, but once again I really want to stress that there's nothing wrong with it per se, so if it does turn out in such a way I'll be initially disappointed, but nonetheless I will still be giving it a go because it is a Killzone game and I probably will end up really enjoying it nonetheless. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this Killzone Vita game? Would have you preferred Guerrilla Games be working on a real follow-up to Killzone 3, or are you happy that they're actually working on the Vita title? I'm personally finding myself in between both. In any case, let us know. Also, if there's anything else you wanted covered regarding Killzone, please let us know and we'll do our best to cover it. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as it does actually really help us out, and I do hope to see you next time.